Well, I recently received a comment, please make more Uncharted 4 tutorials, like how to play against tryhards, how to play even when you have bad teammates, and how to control recoil. Tip number 1, make music volume 0%. And for that, press option button, select options, and then go to audio settings. Select volume. You can see you can change the music from 0 to 20. I recommend you to use 0 because with 0 music you can focus on the game and hear footsteps sounds very good. Tip number 2, change dynamic range of sounds in output settings. You can choose the device that you're using for listening to the audio, but I recommend you to choose dynamic range by yourself. The highest dynamic range that you can choose in this game is maximum. If you use that, everything will be like real life. Gun sounds are really low and footsteps and other things like that are really low, so you can't understand someone is coming from behind or the side or other places. If you go forward and change it to other options like wide, medium, narrow and midnight, you can change the dynamic range of the sounds. For example, if you change it to midnight, the volume of footstep will increase and the volume of gunshots will decrease. So it's gonna be a little different between high and low sounds in game, and you can hear footsteps really easy. Tip number 3, change repeated button presses to hold. Normally when you want to punch someone with a square button, you should press it rapidly, but if you change it from press to hold, you just need to hold it and it will work like you're pressing rapidly. Tip number 4, change your scheme from default to legacy. If you're using default, your aim will be L2 and you should shoot with R2, but if you change it to legacy, your aim will be L1 and you can shoot with R1. For the guns that you need to press R2 rapidly, it's easier to use R1 instead of R2, so you can shoot very faster. Tip number 5, change aiming sensitivity. Normally sensitivity is 5 by default in this game, but if you want to aim easier and make your aiming stable, it's better to use less sensitivity. For example, 4 or 3 is good for the guns like low S, HS, AK, but for the guns that they have a scope like Bishai or the guns like Mazor, it's better to use higher sensitivity like 5 or 6 because it's harder to move it in long distance. Also, you should know that if you change sensitivity, it will change for horizontal and vertical at the same time. You can't change it separately in this game. Tip number 6, choose the best number for acceleration speed depend on your gun. This option, if you change it for example to 0, because this game use a little bit of aim assist. If you aim on someone, when you want to go to another one, it's gonna lock on the guy that you're aiming on. If you change this option to lower value, for example 1 or 2, it's harder to move your aim when you're aiming on someone. Your aim will be locked on the guy. It's good to use lower value for the guns like Mazor, Bishai, Fall and Metler, but for the guns like HS, Low S, AK and other machine guns, it's better to use higher value. Tip 7, choose the best RAM power scale. Instead of talking about this one, I'm gonna show you how does it work in game. Just look at the controller at the right side of the screen. You can see when we use a higher value for RAM power scale, it's harder to move your camera with a little bit of changing the position of your right stick. If you want to move your camera while aiming, you should try to push right stick more than normal. But if I go to settings and change it to 0, you can see even with a little touch, you can move the camera while aiming very fast. So if you want to use lower camera sensitivity, I recommend you to use lower RAM power scale, and for higher camera sensitivity, you can use higher RAM power scale. Tip number 8, camera sensitivity. Camera sensitivity will affect only when you're moving your camera and you're not aiming, because most of the times it might someone come from around or behind you. It's better to use higher values for camera sensitivity in this game. Tip number 9, camera assist. I recommend you to turn camera assist off. If you are a new player in this game, you can use it when you move and when you rotate your character to another direction, it's gonna automatically change the camera position to the back of your character. So I recommend you, if you want to use it better, if you want to control camera by yourself, change it to off. Tip number 10. Motion blur intensity. You can find this option in display menu, and if you change it to 10, let me show you what happens. When you rotate your camera very fast, or you're jumping or falling or moving very fast, it's gonna affect like real life and you see everything in background blurry. So it's gonna make it a little harder for eyes to see the game, and it's harder to aim and play. I recommend you to use a lower value to see how does it work. If you like higher value, it's okay, you can use that, but normally most of players change it to lower values. Tip number 11. Choose the right shoulder when you want to aim and shoot. You can change the shoulder by pressing X button. If you can see the cover, wall or anything else on your left or your right, it's better to change your shoulder to the side that you have a cover instead of using default. For example, here if you go out with your left shoulder, enemy can see you faster, but if you go with right shoulder, you can see the enemy first. Tip number 12. You can remember shoulder swap by changing it from controls in option menu. So if you turn it on, next time you try to aim again, it's gonna remember the last shoulder that you did use, so you don't need to change it every time. Tip number 13. If you're in a cover and you want to start shooting, instead of standing still, I recommend you to press circle button so you can come out of the cover while aiming, because you need to move your character while aiming and shooting so the enemy can't kill you fast. So it's better, instead of just aiming, come out and press circle button, and at the same time move your left stick to avoid getting shots. Tip number 14. Normally when you want to shoot, it's better to use changing shoulder at the same time with moving your character with left stick, so you can avoid any bullet in game and kill 2 or 3 players, 2 or 3 normal players at the same time with this trick. Tip number 15. To control recoil, there are 2 options. First of all, you can use a modification which named recoil. In some guns like FAL, when you choose recoil, your range will be longer as well. But there is another important tip to control recoil while you're getting fire from other players, and for that you need to go to boosters and select hardened booster. With the number 1 you can reduce the damage wobble 20%, and with the number 2 you can reduce it by 35%, which I did show you how to use it in another video. You can check it out from the cards above. Tip number 16. Don't show all of your body and your character to the enemy. Just try to find a location that you can see a little part of enemy, so it's the same for enemy. Maybe he or she can only see your head. It's better to do that because they can't kill you very fast. But if you show all of your body, if you go out of the cover, they can kill you easier and faster. Alright, first of all, I'm gonna say the game that you're going to see, it's a game against my friends and all of them are good players, and this is just for an example to teach you how to play. Tip number 17 and 18. Even if you are so damaged, don't go to cover. Stay and try to shoot as much as you can, because if you try to go to cover, they can kill you while you're going to the cover. And tip number 18 is don't reload your gun when you're not sure about the enemies. And also, if you did try to reload your gun, when you're gonna reload you see someone is coming to you to kill you, it's better to fast press square button on your controller so you can change to your pistol and shoot very fast. It's faster than reloading your gun.